How's it going, everyone? And welcome to this week's video. We're chatting again. We're discussing things, having an actual conversation about the games, because we've done that in the last few videos and actually really enjoyed doing it. So, you know, why not give it a crack, see how they do, and I also feel like I need to upgrade my camera so that it's not a complete piece of shit if we keep doing these videos. But, if you like the video, if you persevere through the entire thing, drop a like, subscribe, you know all that. You know what to do with YouTube. Do that stuff. Yeah. Call of Duty. Let's do it. Maestro! Intro. I enjoy doing this. So, this week's video, what we're doing is we're going to talk about the new Call of Duty. Cold War. And we played it. It's alright. It's good fun. We played through the campaign. And I mean, it's okay. It looks fantastic. Graphically, it's great. You know, you go through, you do the combat missions, you shoot people. It's Call of Duty. Fuck else are you going to be doing? And yeah, it's a pretty predictable storyline. Like, you go through it, it's all right. There's a twist at the end, and it's like, hey, I may have been calling that for a while, but whatever. So you still get it. It's a pretty by-the-numbers Call of Duty story, to be honest. It's not quite on a par with Modern Warfare, where we all felt the heartbreak of betrayal when we get shot and they kill Ghost right in front of us. Never forget Soap. However, this game doesn't have those moments. Like, at all. The character's actually fairly forgettable. You can get them unlocked as operators when you do multiplayer, and I have to look at their name to remember who the hell they were. That's pretty much it. I remember two characters. Ador, because he's in your face all the time, and Woods, because he's kind of funny. I don't remember the rest of them particularly. So you've got a fairly by-the-numbers story, fairly forgettable characters. It's okay. But, like I said, it looks very good. It's fun to play. And really, like, Call of Duty is like watching cartoons. Like, you really enjoy doing it. But you're not there for the story. You go, you know, you watch Bugs be an absolute asshole to Daffy. But the story's secondary. You're not really paying attention to that. You're just watching the hijinks. And you're just there for the fun of it. Multiplayer is really where we get into it. First, we'll talk about zombies as well. I never played zombies in the older games. It never really appealed to me. I think I dabbled in it in Black Ops 4. I think is when we played it. Yeah, it's not really my thing. Not, like, I played Left 4 Dead. Great fun. I've played, like, games where you're just stopping wave after wave. Also enjoyed. For some reason, zombies was not one that I ever managed to get into, despite the fact it's just Left 4 Dead with wave attacks. It should work, and it didn't for me. So we had a quick look at it with this game, and yeah, it's there. I have a gun, I shoot some zombies, and I get points and steadily try to progress through the story. Okay. I didn't. I got hit with a problem, which we will talk about in a few minutes, with related to the rest of the game. My problem with the zombies, right? Purely looking from an outside perspective, to all you Call of Duty fans who are zombies, like, that's worded really badly. To all you Call of Duty fans who are zombie players, you're in that zombie community. That's what you go to the games for. Does it not get boring as fuck doing one map? That's it. That's your option. Die Machina. That's it. You've got one map, and once you finished it, you finished it. At least in Black Ops 4, you had like 3 or 4 maps that you could do. You could rotate them. There's one map, one singular story, and once you've done the story, you know the story. So unless you're going like full on streamer or YouTube videos where it's like aiming to get wave 273 world record attempt, what is there for you? Like once you finish that level, what is there for you? Apart from you just keep doing it over and over again. Just do endless to see if you can get higher. That's lacking to me. It feels like there should be at least variants. There should be more maps. There should be 2 or 3. And when we play multiplayer, because that's what we've been doing, it's good fun. It's always fun. But it's got a very small selection. It feels like there's very few maps. We're talking there's like less than 10 maps to choose from. Maybe 8, 9, something like that. That's not a huge selection. When you consider how many maps we've had before, or at least I feel like it's not a big selection. Maybe I just keep getting the same damn maps. But it's got a lot of problems. Obviously, like, given the benefit that the game is early, it's only like a week into its release. They may be working on fixes for things. But let's take a look at each kind of class, shall we say. Class of weapons. You got the assault rifle, you start with the XR1, whatever the hell it's called. I didn't like it. I wasn't a fan of it. But get to level 16, and you get the Craig. That's probably the best assault rifle there is. At level 16. That's it. That's all you need to do. And I got to that in a few games. Now, I should state, I am by no means like a pro player. I'm okay at the game. I get a lot of kills. I play Team Deathmatch. So I get a lot of kills. I'm usually kind of, if I have a reasonable game, for me, I'm usually top 3 in a lobby. But to put that into context, I usually get only like a couple deaths, less than the number of kills I get. I'm that guy. The one that if he's slightly too reckless is actually helping the other team and not us. That's me. So I'm by no means a good player, and I got to level 16 in a few games. It's easy. And then you get the best assault rifle. Tactical rifles, you start with a rifle. Can't remember what it is. And after a bit of leveling, you'll unlock the M16. It's pretty strong too. And you probably don't need another gun if you like burst weapons. And then if we go to the SMGs. The SMGs tank lobbies. You don't even need anything else. The maps are all so small that you just run in, blitz someone, and you keep going. And the best one is the MP5, which is what you get right at the start. That's it. You don't need any other weapon. You don't need any other SMG. You just need MP5. And then as you play, you unlock all the attachments, and ta-da, you've got a gun that will decimate a lobby, which you didn't even have to unlock. No grinding, no nothing. You've just got the gun that can do it. Okay. That's a slight problem. The sniper rifles as well. To me, the Pellington is probably the best one. Fastest reload, and it'll drop someone with a chest or headshot. That's also the first sniper rifle. So I don't even need to unlock the other two. What's the point? The other ones will handle slower, and I need to be more precise. You know, it's upper chest and head. Or it might be head, shoulders, and chest. Head and chest is enough, and it's got the fastest rechamber speed. Yeah, no, I'll use the Pellington. So I do that. My class is MP5 and a Pellington, with a 2x scope on it. And just, at long range, switch to that, drop someone in the head, switch back to the MP5, and then charge into battle. And hope that things do not completely fuck you over. You get to what is arguably the biggest problem of the game, for me, so far, is frame drop. It's horrific. It is one of the single biggest things I've ever encountered in a game. Like, I can just be going along, doing fine, you know? I have some reasonable games, and then I play a game, and all of a sudden I can't hit a fucking shot because I'm dropping frames like an absolute lunatic. And we're not just talking as a couple, you're talking like going from 60 FPS to like 43 or 35. Like your frame's nearly half for just a second. And that's enough for someone to be here that you were shooting at to now be here. Except on your screen they didn't move. They just did. There was no transition, they were just here, then they were there. And it means that you haven't got the ability to change your aim, and they've been shooting at you the entire time because it's still fine on their screen. The only fix to it just now is you have to close your game and start it up again. That's it. It's an inconvenient thing. And that's it. Like, you can fix it, and it's a minor inconvenience, and it'll work for some time after that. Who knows how long. But the fact that it's even there in the first place is an issue. And you have to... You can leave the game. Or if you're like me and you've got a weird thing about it where it's like, no, I'll persevere through this. I will push through this game and I will shout and swear at it more than I normally do. And get super frustrated because it looks like I'm really shit when I know I'm better. And it's not my fault. I can't... It's unplayable when it gets to that. And you can't push through it and still be top of the lobby. You can't. If everyone's got all their frames and you've got like a third of yours, half of yours, rather, you can't fight that. So that's a problem that they need to fix. Now, I can expect when you release a game for there to be a few issues on PC. Because when you release a game for the PlayStation, you release a game for the PlayStation. That's it. When you release a game for the Xbox, same deal. An Xbox is an Xbox, PlayStation's a PlayStation. Except, when you release a game for the PC, what do you release it for? I use AMD stuff, personally. My processor and graphics is AMD. But, what about you, that uses the Nvidia card? Or that one over there that uses Intel? How do you make that game? What hardware do you run it for? What settings? All this. At that point, you expect there to be some kind of issue with the PC releases. Because you can't just get it right straight off the bat. There's all this different stuff that you have to kind of consider. And then they roll it out and it works. Rarely, however, do you get an issue that spans across the PC and the consoles regarding frame rates. And that is the case. It is happening on Xbox for sure. I don't know if it's happening on PlayStation, but there's definitely frame drops on the Xbox, as well as on the PC. So it is an Activision issue. Not us. How'd you get about that? You just have to suffer. You just have to suffer through that game. And it is unplayable when you do that. Now, as I said, the game is good fun. I've been having a lot of fun this past week playing it on stream. Which, by the way, our Twitch channel, every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 3 o'clock, if you want to swing by sometime. The link will be underneath the video. But, we've been playing it on stream, we've been having a lot of fun with it. A lot of swearing, shooters bring that out in me. But, yeah, it seems very small. You know, I remember the number of maps that we had on like Black Ops 1, 2. You know, things like Nuketown and Summit, Array. You know, like you had a proper list like this length worth of maps that you could choose from. This feels like you've got a handful, and they've gone new game. Okay. And then when you've got all these technical issues, the frame drops, there's something about latency. I read about it that, like, when Modern Warfare came out, there was like a 3 to 4 millisecond latency. This is like 6 to 7. So you get into cover and you're still being hit because on someone else's screen you're not in cover yet. I don't know. I can't say I notice such things. It's not how I play. I tend to run around behind people, or I just straight up get shot. But when you've got all these technical issues on your game like that, when it comes down to something like Cold War, what's their competition? What is Black Ops' competition in the shooter genre? Well, it's themselves. Black Ops' competition is Modern Warfare. It's Warzone. It's what is already there, to the point that they have Warzone tied into the game. When you fire up Cold War, there is campaign, multiplayer, Warzone, zombies, options. I don't know. So they want you to carry on playing Warzone. It's tied into this game. Except, if I was going to play Warzone, I would just have gotten Warzone. I wouldn't have bothered with Cold War. So the fact that you're pushing me to play this after I bought this game, no, I don't want that. I don't want Warzone. I don't want something sucking up a quarter of my hard drive that I occasionally play. I wanted a good Cold War, and you give me an okay Cold War. You give me an okay Call of Duty. The campaign took me 3 hours. I did it in a day. I did it in less than a day. It took me, let's say, 3.5 hours. So you can do it in less time if you don't die as much. I was doing it on hardened difficulty. Didn't do the side missions. I just played the story. I just went through it. Bloop. 3 hours, done. Moving on. So, there wasn't a focus on a campaign particularly. Their multiplayer seems to be lacking. And their zombies is lacking. It's... You remember back in the days... Maybe I'm older than a lot of newer generation gamers. I've been doing this since I was like 6. But you remember when you used to get games? Let's take, say, the Command and Conquer series. You'd have like Red Alert 2. And that was the game. And then a little while later they released Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge. Which was essentially an entire game on top of it. Which was an expansion. Witcher did it with Blood and Wine and Heart of Stone. I think that was what the 2 expansions were called. Which added like 30 hours worth of gameplay. That's what this feels like. This feels like an expansion, not a game. This feels like it should have been some sort of add-on to Modern Warfare, rather than its own standalone game. If you were to give me something like the original Black Ops, you know, Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, that had all these great maps, great weapons, and were so much fun to play. If it was like that, and given us as Cold War, I would be happy with it. But you just charged me 60 quid. 50 quid, sorry. You just charged me 50 quid for a game that feels like an expansion. I feel slightly cheated. Now, there may be plans to add more, but that then brings us back to the whole, why the fuck are you not releasing a finished game for 50 quid? You're charging me AAA price and giving me an expansion. That's not good. That's horrifying, actually. Their game is small, not much selection. The weapons don't require any effort to get, and then you can win lobbies. And they've got technical issues. On things like zombies, you've got one map, and one map only. So there's not even a variant that I can choose. I can't even go, right, we've done this story, let's do this one. Or do you want to try and repeat this one? The campaign took me 3 hours to finish on hardened. There's 2 difficulties above that. Now, I'm sure for people who want to go full on maniac and do the hardest difficulty, like achievement hunt, it might take you 5. But the campaign's small, the selection's small, the technical issues are there. At the moment, if you're looking at this wondering, If you're looking at videos on YouTube, if you're watching people on Twitch because you're trying to decide whether or not to buy this, don't. Not right now. It's so not worth it. Like, it's, as I said, it's good fun. But I was getting ragey at these technical issues, at the frame drops. And it's the same maps over and over again. Because there's such a limited selection that people are like, I like this one, I don't like this one, so we're not doing that one. Okay. So, Checkmate, Moscow, Miami, and Satellite are the ones that usually get picked. That would be my recommendation just now. If you're looking at such things, it's not at that point yet that you want to buy it. It feels like an expansion. It feels like one of the Call of Duties that's going to be forgotten and no one goes back to. Everyone talks about, oh, Modern Warfare 2. It was amazing. They were the best ones. Modern Warfare 3. No one talks about. Don't remember it. What was it? Advanced Warfare. All those ones. Infinite Warfare that went super futuristic. No one talks about them. This is going to be that. It's going to fade into that level. This will not be kept on a par with the original Black Ops, with Modern Warfare, with World at War. This isn't going to even be held in the same as like Ghosts. This is definitely going in with Advanced Warfare. Not a complete shithole of a mess of Infinite Warfare, but not good enough to be remembered. And unless they fix it quite rapidly and quite aggressively, people are just going to carry on with Modern Warfare. That's my view. That's what I get when I'm playing this. That there's nothing to hold me. I played it for a week. I might go back to it every so often. Probably not going to keep going. We'll see. But you come to your own conclusions. Watch some other videos. Watch some people on Twitch. Watch me on Twitch. My videos are there. Go have a look at the streams. Yeah, you can see for yourselves what you think of. Come to your own conclusions. And let me know in the comments, things like that, what you think. Maybe you disagree. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe I'm missing just a dynamic on this game. Maybe it's the other game modes. I don't know. You let me know. And we'll see you another time. We'll see you next week on another video. Until then, you enjoy yourselves.